Hello and welcome to Fintech Baat with India Fintech Forum. Today we have with us Mr. Jimmy Chiang, Associate Director General of Invest Hong Kong. Hi Mr. Jimmy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, Mr. Shreyas. It's a pleasure to be here to share with you and the audience.
Thank you so much for your time. How are you finding it in India?
Oh, so far so good. Very enjoyable. Happy to be back to India to promote Hong Kong.
Great. Hong Kong really has been one of the aspirational destinations from a business perspective as well as from a tourist perspective in India. Always so glad to have you here and promoting Hong Kong.
Thank you.
Having said that, would love to understand from you a bit about what Invest Hong Kong is all about.
Invest Hong Kong is the Hong Kong government department dedicated to promoting Hong Kong as a leading international business hub and also attracting and supporting foreign companies to set up or expand their business operations in Hong Kong by offering them one-stop, free of charge, tailor-made facilitation services.
Oh wow, that is amazing. So, what kind of businesses currently is government of Hong Kong, supporting in Hong Kong?
Well, actually, Hong Kong welcomes and supports companies, coming from across a broad range of industries. But in particular, in recent years, we have been helping more and more companies from the finance space, traditional finance services, as well as fintech companies, and also more general innovation and technology companies focusing on life and health sciences, AI, data science, and also smart manufacturing and new energy, for example.
Wow, that is a broad range of companies and broad range of industries. Having said that, right, what according to you kind of gave rise to the fintech revolution in Hong Kong? Like, when did fintech become a thing in Hong Kong?
Yeah, that's a good question, Shreyas. I think, as you know, Hong Kong has long been an international financial shipping and trading center. So the financial services industry is a very significant economic contributor to Hong Kong. And I think from Invest Hong Kong's perspective, about 10 years ago, we started to notice this emergence of fintech globally. And we believed that given Hong Kong's status as an international financial center, we should be a pretty attractive location to nurture and support fintech companies, not only from Hong Kong but also from all around the world, to grab opportunities and thrive from there. So 10 years ago, we set up a dedicated fintech team to promote Hong Kong and provide support for global fintech companies to explore business opportunities in Hong Kong. And then we also started our flagship event called the Hong Kong Fintech Week.
Wow.
So when it was first started, it was humbly in a small scale. But after almost 10 years of experience and hard work, now the Hong Kong Fintech Week has grown into an international significant fintech flagship event in Asia. So we are very happy about that.
Amazing. That's good to hear. Super excited to see what this year's Hong Kong Fintech Week holds for the world stage, right? Having said that, would love to understand what's the current Hong Kong fintech ecosystem like. What kind of sectors are thriving and what's happening in general?
Well, the ecosystem is developing very quickly. It's very promising. According to our own annual survey, Hong Kong is now home to more than 1,000 fintech-related companies and startups, with more than 10 unicorns having their roots in Hong Kong.
Oh, great.
And these companies are interestingly engaged in a pretty broad variety of fintech-related activities, including, for example, payments, cybersecurity, compliance, virtual banking and insurance, digital assets, and so on. So it's really diverse, really vibrant. And I think in terms of the whole ecosystem, from the market perspective, Shreyas, I think there are lots of opportunities given the fact that Hong Kong has a very strong financial services industry. So the demand for new fintech solutions is really there. And then from the funding perspective, Hong Kong is also has no lack of funding sources. So we're having more than 6,000 ultra high net worth individuals in Chiang, being the second largest billionaire population among major global cities. So wealthy individuals, angel investors, with also a big cluster of VC and PE firms, and coupled with also a very robust capital market. IPO is very, very vibrant. Hong Kong being the number one IPO center 7 times in the last 13 years.
Wow.
So there's no shortage of funding and in Hong Kong, and that's attracting a lot of fintech companies from globally to seek opportunities in Hong Kong. And I think from the regulatory perspective, the government is also trying to offer a business-friendly environment to foster innovations and growth of fintech, while at the same time also ensuring adequate consumer investor protection and tackling properly issues related to anti-money laundering, counter-terrorist financing, and so on. Yeah.
Got it. No, that sounds like a great place to start up a business. Having said that, how have you seen the current international interest in the Hong Kong's fintech ecosystem? What kind of companies are coming in, and what kind of businesses do you see flourishing?
Well, as I mentioned, we are seeing global fintech companies are coming to Hong Kong, and they are engaging in a lot of different activities. And I think some areas that are more popular recently, I would like to share with you, is related to blockchain, Web3, digital assets. This has a lot to do with a very proactive approach of the Hong Kong government. Actually, in 2022, the Hong Kong government released a policy statement, recognizing the transformative power of Web3 and blockchain, and also confirming the government's determination to provide a business-friendly environment for the development of these new technologies, and also a properly regulated environment. And then the following year, last year, the government already introduced a brand new licensing regime for virtual assets trading platforms. And by now, we have already issued 2 licenses to 2 operators. So because of these new developments, we are seeing a lot of Web3 digital assets related companies from all over the world to come to Hong Kong to look for opportunities, because we are providing a favorable environment for them to legally operate in Hong Kong and via Hong Kong. So apart from these, of course, traditionally a lot of payment companies, virtual banking and virtual insurance are also thriving. There are many more, actually.
Got it. I'm glad you touched upon the regulatory framework. That kind of brings me to my next question on how essentially does the Hong Kong government supports the upcoming fintech, because when you talk about fintech in general, there's a lot of innovation in and the dynamic is such that normally innovation precedes regulation, right? So there is some new technology or new model that comes up, and then the regulatory framework kind of kicks in to support the growth. So how is that happening in Hong Kong? What are the new kind of initiatives taken by the government to support the growth?
I think that's a very good question. I think at the industry level, sector-specific level, related to fintech, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority back in 2021 announced a Fintech 2025 strategy. What it's about is the government is really here to encourage the financial services industry to adopt financial innovations by 2025. So that's a strategy to guide the industry's future development. And then in 2023, the HKMA further introduced the FinTech Promotion Roadmap, which actually sets out some more specific and concrete initiatives of FinTech adoption in the financial services industry in order to further push the development. And that roadmap also places specific emphasis on certain areas within the whole fintech space, especially wealth tech, insure tech, green tech, as well as AI and blockchain developments.
Right.
So really trying to provide a framework to guide the development of fintech activities and initiatives in the private sector. And I've just mentioned the Web3 virtual assets development.
Right.
So they are in similar way trying to provide a favorable and yet well-regulated environment for companies to flourish.
Got it. So regulatory side, there is a great support from the government as well as the agencies in kind of understanding the regulations and kind of building on top of that. How do essentially government agencies and initiatives pan out in terms of supporting the growth of fintechs, be it in terms of support or be it in terms of networking or whatever there is?
I think Hong Kong is doing a lot in this regard. So I've mentioned what the regulators have been doing, trying to be very business friendly, creating a favorable business environment, and at the same time well regulated to protect investors.
Right.
And then at Invest Hong Kong, as an investment promotion agency of the Hong Kong government, we are also doing a lot to promote Hong Kong as a very important international fintech hub. The Hong Kong Fintech Week is our flagship event that we do annually to provide an opportunity to gather global fintech related industry leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, as well as regulators to talk about the latest fintech developments and trends, and also to discuss collaborations opportunities. So a lot of collaborative work is initiated through the Hong Kong Fintech Week, and not to mention our specific investment support services given to for example, Indian fintech companies, if they are interested to explore opportunities in Hong Kong, our fintech team based in our head office, we do their very best to help them, plug into the ecosystem as quickly as possible by introducing them to various industry stakeholders, regulators, potential business partners or investors, and help them get familiarized with the market environment of Hong Kong as quickly as possible.
Got it.
And also in parallel with our Hong Kong FinTech Week, there's this global fast track program that we are organizing all year round, inviting global fintech companies to participate, and there is a global competition element in it. And every year we receive more than 400 applications worldwide. and these participating fintech companies will go through a series of activities, including a lot of value-added business matchings, organized by Invest Hong Kong to meet with potential investors, service providers, and corporates. And this really trying to facilitate them to utilize Hong Kong and grow the business in and beyond Hong Kong. So a lot has been doing and also will continuously be done by Invest Hong Kong and also other government-funded technology parks as well. They have their own incubators and accelerators programs related to fintech.
Wow, got it. It seems like there's an entire support system ready for anyone who's willing to come to Hong Kong and kind of start up a business. That sounds like really great stuff. One last question, right? Since I've got you here, what are any tips that you would share with Indian founders or Indian businessmen who want to kind of expand into Hong Kong and build a business?
Well, I think it's very important before they practically establish a presence in Hong Kong. They need to develop a very deep understanding about the Hong Kong business environment. And by that, I mean they need to understand very clearly the regulatory environment in Hong Kong. Of course, the general business environment, about regulatory environment, about setting up a company, as well as the sector-specific regulatory regime. So depending on what type of fintech-related activities that they are doing, they are a payment company or they are a virtual asset company. So each specific subsector may have its own regulatory environment or regulations that need to be complied. So it's very important to understand that very clearly. And then the market environment, the competitive landscape. So how is the competition like in Hong Kong in relation to their own sector? So who are the major players? So the development stage of that particular subsector in Hong Kong is very important to understand how their solutions can fill some market gaps in Hong Kong. That's also important. And then I think personally I believe the socio-cultural environment is also quite important. So the local culture, financial behavior, attitude of local Chinese, how they're different from Indian consumers, and also language issues. So all sort of cultural related, social related differences need to be understood very clearly and taken into account when they are rolling out their services or products in Hong Kong, whether or not they need to localize a little bit to meet the local preferences and needs. It's something that I think Indian fintech companies may wish to duly consider before they set up in Hong Kong. And then secondly, hiring the right people is important. Getting the right talent is important. Of course, Hong Kong as an international financial center, we have a great talent pool available for potential Indian investors to tap into. But we also understand globally every major city is competing for talent. So chances are they may not be able to find the needed talent from within Hong Kong. In that situation, the Hong Kong government also welcomes our investors to admit overseas or even talents from mainland China to work in their companies in Hong Kong through various visa facilitation schemes. So in any case, Invest Hong Kong is here to provide advice to help our Indian investors understand thoroughly about the Hong Kong environment in different aspects, and also to facilitate them to acquire the best talent to support their business establishment or expansion.
Makes sense. I think that brings a lot of things into perspective, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our audience who are planning to kind of build a business in Hong Kong will find this really useful. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Jimmy. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Mr. Shreyas. It's a pleasure to be here, and
Thank you so much.
I look forward to visiting India again soon.
Definitely happy to host you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.